Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be painting this little rocking horse and a rose for a couple of our friends' baby shower. They're going to have a little boy, and so I'm just going to do a little painting for them. Right now I'm going to be painting on 140-pound cold press arches, which is this 140-pound cold press arches. I really prefer cold press, but that's really all preference. This is a block, and what you do, well, the block's all gone because I already used it all, but here's a few paintings that I already did. I painted these while I was in London. So these are a few 5x7s. I'm going to be painting with a few different brushes. This is a Trekell, and that's a number 1. And then I'm going to be painting with a Princeton Art and Brush Company. This is a number 4, Princeton Art and Brush Company. Number 6, Simply Simmons, number 5. These are all just a bunch of brushes that I tend to have laying around to grab real quick. I paint with a lot of different brushes at one time, so I never really know. This is pre-lined out. I didn't want to sit here and do all the lining or any of that type of stuff, but I'll show you a few different methods for lining. This is a identity pen. These are super cool. It has this large tip on the end, and then this other tip is a very fine tip. I just ordered these off of Amazon. You can pick them up at most art stores, Dick Blick. Amazon was super easy for that. And then I also have these Copic markers. This is pretty cool for like big, large black areas, just to like hit them real quick. And then this is a interchangeable, so you can swap out this tip. You can also pull this tip out, or pull this tip out and then refill it back up with ink, which is really nice. And then also I have a speedball pen. This is a number 5 nib, which these give you a nice, really clean line. When I'm painting, I like to take a scrap sheet of paper, and I put out a scrap sheet and I practice. No matter, I've been painting freaking a really long time, and no matter how long you've been painting, well, for me anyway, I like to practice some blends before I go into my painting. It just kind of saves me a little bit of headache, because some days my fades are coming out really nice and some days they're like crap. Some days are not good. But we're gonna hope today is a good day. All right, so I'm gonna try to demonstrate as best as I can how to spit shade. This is Bombay Black India ink. It's Dr. Martin's. I really like this. I've used quite a few inks over the years, and I've just been using this for a little bit and I like it. I'm gonna really try not to make a mess and fuck shit up here. You don't need much black. Some people put a whole bunch of black out. You don't need that much, ever. Alright, so I'm gonna use 2 brushes. The smaller of the 2 is gonna get the ink. So this is gonna go into the black. This one is never going to go in the black. Alright, so this one only has water and sometimes spit. So I'm going to go into the black. I'm going to take off a little bit of the excess, and I'm going to dip in the water, take off some of the excess. Let's see. I haven't gotten to paint in a little while. I'm going to just put down a little bit of the black, and then I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to go right over that black and see how the water pulls out the ink. And as I gradually come backwards, there's less and less of that black ink in the brush and more water, but it's starting to dry out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck the moisture off with my mouth, and then I'm going to add some more. I gotta hurry before that dries, and then add some spit to it, and then that keeps fading out. So what I did was I pulled the black ink out of the brush completely, and then added a little spit, and then finished the fade to get that nice, even, smooth, gradual fade. You can do it the other way where you don't have to put it in your mouth. I use Watercolor, which is completely non-toxic, but if you don't want to put it in your mouth, it's just easier, faster for me. So I'll put down a little black, and then I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm going to pull it backwards. But see, I got a lot of water, so what I got to do real quick is dab on that paper towel, come back over here, and do that. But what I would normally do is I would have put it in my mouth. So here, rinse off real quick, dab, and then go back into it. But that's a lot of work, and that's not actually spit shading. That's just watercolor. I mean, it still looks pretty nice, but all right, a little black, a little water, take off the excess. Let's do a few more fades. I literally just ran that across my tongue, and it pulled the black off of it. It hasn't dried yet, so I can go back over it and re-smooth it out just a little. I feel like maybe my brush is getting worn out here. Maybe it's time for a new brush. Alright, that's how to spit shade. Really, in a nutshell, it's the same with every color. There's a whole lot of different tricks and tips and things that you can do for watercoloring. A lot of things I've learned over the years. I've learned I've learned quite a few different ways. There's other ways where you take the brush with the water, and here you just put a bunch of water down. Right? Put a bunch of water down, and then you take your black and you just run it across right here. Then you come real quick and you manipulate it to where you want it to go. Bring it down. This technique works really well for large areas with like large fade, really large fades. It doesn't work so good in small areas, but if I need more water, I'll do this real quick. But don't get me wrong, I'm not above using some water. You're not even really using all that much spit. Honestly, it's mostly controlling the amount of moisture in the brush. All right, cool. So let's start on this painting.